Alright TM Nation, what you're looking at is a pair of the brand new Skullcandy Grind Fuel true wireless earbuds. I've had my pair for a few days now, and feature wise, these are probably the most complete earbuds that you can get from Skullcandy at the time of the video. I mean, the battery life is good at up to 9 hours on a single charge. The Skullcandy app, which I have not really been a fan of in the past, has also been drastically improved for these earbuds, and as far as I'm aware, this is the first pair of earbuds from Skullcandy that support the new Skull IQ functionality, and this gives you total control over your earbuds without having to use the actual physical buttons. Of course, I will get into this feature more a little bit later on in the video, but one great thing about it is it works the same no matter whether you're using an iOS device or an Android device. As long as you can download the Skullcandy app to your device, you'll be good to go. But all of that being said, I always give you guys the good and the not so good in my videos, so although I think these earbuds are awesome, they are not perfect and some of the missing features may make them a no-go for you, so you want to watch the full video so that you can make a more informed buying decision. Starting with the unboxing experience, this is going to be short because there isn't much to it. Inside you get your user manual and quick start information, a USB Type-C cable for charging, 2 sets of different sized ear tips, and your earbuds along with the charging case. Taking a look at the design of the case, the design for me is fine. It is certainly not the smallest case out there available from Skullcandy, but at the same time, it's certainly not too large or too heavy to throw in a normal sized pocket without much of an issue. It does have 4 LED lights under the lid of the case that will illuminate to show you the battery status whenever you open it. Besides that, all that you have is your Skullcandy branding on the top and the USB Type-C charging port in the back. Battery life wise, as I mentioned in the intro, you can get up to 9 hours on a single charge with the earbuds, and you'll be able to throw them back into the case a few extra times for a total usage of up to 40. Those numbers are certainly respectable, but on top of that, these also do support quick charging. Only 10 minutes in the case will provide about 2 hours of use with the earbuds. During my testing, I was able to get right around 8 hours and 48 minutes on a single charge using the earbuds between 75 and 100% of the max volume most of the time. So for those of you looking for a pair of earbuds that will get you through a full 8-hour shift at work and a little bit of overtime, these will get it done for you. And I'm also extremely happy to note that the case does also support wireless charging, which is always a plus. Moving on to the design of the earbuds, as you can see, they look almost exactly like the Seshes. They are not mini earbuds, but at the same time, when I have them in my ears, they provide a nice seal without feeling overly large or overly heavy. And that leads me to one feature that you do not get with these earbuds, which is active noise canceling. I will say though that if you have the correct sized ear tips installed, you should get a moderate level of passive noise canceling. On the other hand, these do feature a transparency mode, which they call stay aware mode, that allows you to hear more of what's going on around you. Now, if being discreet is your thing, these may not be the perfect earbuds for you because they are gonna stick out some. It's really gonna come down to the overall curvature of your face, but if somebody is walking directly towards you or coming up behind you, they will likely see them. I did use these for exercise, and I was surprised at how well they stayed in place even once I started sweating. Even though the design of these earbuds has no wings or ear hooks, the way that you have to twist and lock them into place does a pretty good job of keeping them planted in your ears even once the sweat starts flowing. But again, you want to make sure that you have the correct sized ear tips installed. If you do, you should be fine. These also do have an IP55 rating, so splashes of water or sweat will not harm them. At no point in time during my testing did they malfunction. But outside of me testing them during exercise, I did also do my water test by spraying water all around them just to see how they would react while being wet. Concerning the amount of sound leakage that you'll get with these, they do leak some sound like most true wireless earbuds, but it isn't terrible in my opinion because they do get adequately loud. But I did take a sample for you guys to judge for yourselves. Let's take a listen. As for the Bluetooth version that you're getting with these, it is 5.2, and so far I haven't had any issues with any noticeable lag through the Amazon Prime and YouTube apps. These do not have a gaming mode though, so if you're going to be doing some hardcore mobile gaming, there will be some slight latency there. But I was still able to enjoy Call of Duty Mobile on both my Galaxy Z Flip 3 and my iPhone 13 Pro without any issues. For the playback controls with these, they're going to be executed by one physical button on each earbud. One thing that I do want to note for you guys is that out of the box, they do require a good amount of force to pick up your feedback. Now, it is certainly not to the point where you have to jam the earbuds into your ears, but they're not touch controls, so just keep that in mind. But I am happy to note that you do have access to all of your playback controls with these, and the ability to customize the double, triple, and long press functions. Also, like I mentioned earlier, you do have the ability to go completely hands-free by using the Skullcandy voice assistant. All that you have to do is say, "Hey Skullcandy," to trigger the assistant, and from there, you simply state your command. This feature works with adjusting your volume, track controls, call controls, and pretty much everything that you can do with the physical buttons. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I don't use voice controls often, and they have been kind of inconsistent for me so far. I mean, when they work great, but they don't work all of the time. It's also important to note that Spotify is the go-to music player for the Skullcandy app, and during my testing, it seemed like the voice controls worked better when I was using Spotify directly or I had the Skullcandy app open. Hey Skullcandy, pause. Moving on and touching on the Skullcandy app, like I said earlier, it is much improved over the functionality you get with other older Skullcandy earbuds. Also, according to Skullcandy, these will benefit from future updates that will continue to add more features to the earbuds, which is definitely something that I look forward to. But as for the app right now, you can choose from different built-in EQs, let the software create a custom EQ for you based on your hearing, or create your own EQ from scratch if you'd like. I like to create my own EQs, but the process of letting the app do it for you is quick and it doesn't take much to get it done. You simply listen to the sounds that come through the earbuds and provide feedback through the app regarding the frequencies that your ears pick up. The app created an EQ that sounds similar to what I made myself, so in my opinion, this is a dope feature. Besides that, you have a bunch of other features in the app to include the ability to share the sound of whatever you're listening to with someone else using compatible Skullcandy earbuds. And if tracking your earbuds via the Tile app is important to you, it is worth noting that these are compatible with it. So specs and features out of the way, guys, let me touch on how these have performed for me so far, sound quality wise. When I first took them out of the box and paired them to my iPhone 13 Pro, they sounded good, but there was nothing over the top about them. They had a relatively flat and balanced sound signature, but once I went in there and created my own custom EQ, the earbuds came to life. After I did this, the highs and mids were noticeably cleaner overall. I could definitely hear those background instruments and vocals much better. And as far as the low end, the sub bass was there out of the box. I didn't have much of an issue with it. If you're familiar with other Skullcandy earbuds and their sound signature, you're gonna get similar performance out of these, but one thing that I do want to say is that the bass is still deep and punchy, but it sounds a little bit more refined. And what I mean by that is the bass that you get with these doesn't distort that much even when you max the volume out, and as long as you don't go crazy with your EQ, the bass should fit right in with the other frequencies and not be overpowering. Another area where these earbuds perform well is in the call quality. I have made a few voice calls with these earbuds and so far nobody has complained about how I sounded, but I did take a sample for you guys to judge for yourselves. Let's take a listen. Alright guys, so right now I have the earbuds paired to my iPhone 13 Pro. As you can see, the audio that you're hearing right now is coming directly from the microphones on the earbuds. I am not going to do any type of editing to this audio, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how these will perform for voice calls. All in all fam, if you like the general Sesh design, these are definitely a nice upgrade to those in pretty much every category. With the Grind Fuels, you're gonna get better battery life, better call quality, you're getting wireless charging, and a much improved app experience. The sound that you can get out of the Grind Fuels is also gonna be more refined than what you're able to achieve with the Sesh Evos. Like I said earlier, no, you're not getting ANC with these, and at 99 bucks, I can see that being a sticking point for a lot of people. But for all of the features that you are getting with these earbuds, for those of you that love Skullcandy's sound but don't want to go with the indie ANCs or the Evos, I feel like the Grind Fuel earbuds are gonna set the standard for future Skullcandy earbuds. Before you get on out of here, if you rock with the channel and your boy Tecmo, hit that subscribe button and knock that notification bell out so you won't miss any of my uploads. Welcome to TM Nation. Peace.